Hello, everybody, and welcome to Selesnian Reanimation Day. The green players have not been responsible before, and they're not going to start now. This is Little Mix Doom's Selesnia Aerith deck. Let's all read the card together so I don't mess it up, and then talk about their PP. The card is a 4-mana 3/5 with a lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life, bring a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If it was 7 or more life, return it to the field. And Aerith can get you 3 of that life with her own lifelink. So, Little Mix Doom has packed this shit full of ridiculously expensive creatures. And then also full of ways to gain what I hope is meaningful amounts of life. The specific instructions to me were point at the things that load my graveyard and tell me what I can safely replace with a mulch. And Brother Bear, when do we load the graveyard? Like I'm seeing Mondo. Oh, okay. Okay. That's cute. That's cute. We found a mono green looter. Hell yeah. Respect. But I'm seeing we have so many reanimation targets. We have so few ways to load the graveyard. I'm immediately worried. I'm immediately worried about our ability to gain 7 life. Like I see Rock's Faithmender. I see Rock's Faithmender. And like we have Soul Warden, but like what is this curve? Are we even gonna be casting anything? Hey. Hey. You know what would make me believe in this curve? If this 4-mana hump was because you were playing all of the mono-white reanimate spells that do exist at 4 mana. I don't think you are playing those. I think we are playing a lot of violently overcosted synergy pieces. Hell yeah, gain 3 life. Hell yeah, gain life equal to creatures, which probably won't be that many. So how are we have no tags, so what loads the graveyard in this deck? I do want to say, funny bomb. Hilarious bomb. I think you are overestimating how easy it will be for you to get to 7 life with stuff in the graveyard, or I am missing something critical about your deck. So we have Vanguard Seraph. Okay, this loads the graveyard technically. On gain life, surveil 1. Nope, make it a mulch. This ramps, which, like, this is a good card, is, I think, spiritually defeatist, right? If we're playing Selesnya Reanimator, I would like us to be pretty in on Selesnya Reanimator. Because if we're just like, oh yeah, let's just play the good ramp spells, then it's like all the life gain stuff should just be ramp. And like a few of our big bombs should be, like at that point, we should just be a Selesnya ramp deck that also plays True Conviction. And then, funnily enough, then you could have Aerith be in the command zone as like an in case of emergency commander, and it could be a deck where it's like, oh, the 99 matters, the commander doesn't, and the deck is all about ramping into funny bombs, and then if you get fucked up by a board wipe, you bring out Aerith to start bringing your bombs back. I think that's cute. I don't think that's what we're doing here. And I realize I'm crashing out a bit hard about one ramp spell, but in general, for this deck idea, I find ramping spiritually defeatist. Okay, so then for Fill Graveyard, discard outlet. Discard outlet, gain 4 life is really cute. This doesn't fill. This loots. This is not the worst thing in the world, but it's also not the best. If we're already willing to ramp, I think this should be something, either a mulch, or if you want to be able to draw and discard, like I'm even worried about recommending you mulches. You have so many things. I think it's very likely they get stuck in hand, right? First mulligan, we have 2 things we have to get out of our hand. So mulches don't even help that much. We need discard outlets because we've been so greedy. Next mulligan, we have 2 more reanimation targets stuck in our hand. Next mulligan, 3 reanimation targets stuck in our hand. Next mulligan, 2 reanimation targets stuck in our hand. Only 1 this time, but it's like every time every time we have one of these stuck in our hand, which is not really how I think a reanimator deck should be built. You want to have enough that you're confident you're going to find one or more every game, but if you want to be reliable, way more of your deck should be dedicated to the filling of the graveyard and the meeting of your reanimator condition. For most reanimator decks, it's casting a reanimate spell. For you, it's having your commander and gaining a lot of life. But I think you should be trimming probably 5, if not more, of these bombs to either have more things that are going to set up the life gain or have more things that are going to fill the graveyard meaningfully. Because the other thing we have to consider is like, Aerith is not a fast commander. If we're not ramping on 1, not even turning on the back to hand mode until turn 4 is going to be pretty hard. And I think it's going to be made even harder by, like, if we keep this opening hand. Let's just see if we gain life by the time we get to Aerith. We do land nothing. Land, well, okay, we get Cleric class. Sakura Tribe Elder, thank God. Miss a land drop, but we can beast within something to slow somebody down, or we can threaten them with it. Miss a land. Deep Gnome Terran, but it's like turn 6, right? We're already out of this game because we're not doing early ramp. We're not playing many early spells. We have them, but we have the most of our spells are on 4 and 6, and a full quarter of our deck happens on 6 and above. And so if you want a full quarter of the deck to happen on 6 and above, I don't think, like, I'm not going to say you have to play, like, oh, you have to be doing 1 mana ramp and 2 mana ramp, but you should be doing something to establish yourself early, because as it stands, you have bet the deck's entire game plan on, I'm hitting 4 lands every turn. What's this? Oh, that's amazing, right? Like, okay, so there's a few cards in here, stone cold, coolest and or cutest things ever. But it's like, we got land nothing. We have land, pretend I play these in the other order. I get to reveal my very cute synergy piece. Land nothing. Land commander. And like, here's where Smuggler's Copter will look a little bit bad. We would rather just swing with Aerith and get to do the thing at this point, which we can do, right? No, we don't have the white pips. Holy God. Well, maybe we can get the white pips. I will Gaia Reach Sanitarium. I will draw. Nope, we don't quite get there. Holy fuck. I'm gonna show people this to be like, haha, my deck's funny. And I'll discard this to Gaia Reach Sanitarium, and I'll discard that to. Well, I won't even discard to Peace of Mind. I'll just swing with Aerith, gain 3, get this back, discard it to hand size. We miss another fucking land drop. Gaia Reach? Fuck me, dude. Yeah, our curve is in hell for sure. So let's talk about what we can do to fix that curve. And then, I mean, part of what we can do to fix the curve is just turn stuff into mulches, because most mulch spells will get you a land drop, right? So, like, Satyr Wayfinder gets you a land drop. Malevolent Rumble gets you a 0/1. I would, in every situation you can, be running creatures, because the creatures mean once you get Aerith into play, you can just bring them back, and you can use them as, like, the worst chump blockers ever. So Satyr Wayfinder and Town Greeter should go in. And I'm going to try to go quick here because there's more interesting stuff that I want to recommend. You could do Anok Wayfarer, because he mills for 3. Patient Naturalist can, like, low-key ramp you. This guy flies, which I don't think we care about. We would still rather have... Oh, you put T'Chaka in here. That's that's adorable, dude. Fuck yeah. And we can become the Monarch? We can become the Monarch after we get one of our big bombs to defend us. So I'm big on T'Chaka stocks. So the other thing that I think you should be more respectful of the potential of is stuff like Insidious Fungus. Because when I saw this commander, I was like, oh yeah, if we're going to do Selesnya reanimation, what are we doing along the way to getting our big reanimator bombs out? We're reusing all the little garbage in green and white where you can sacrifice it to do something useful. And we just get to do that over and over and over and over again. So there's like Insidious Fungus. Haywire Might is just removal, but actually... Oh, and I think you exile Haywire Might. No. Bro! You're the devil! You could be the devil from the Bible! Yeah, okay, this is the actual legal one. But it's the same thing of like, okay, it's going to give me life gain, which could get me over the hump to 7. I can use it as Soul Ring removal, and if I have my commander out, I can just reuse it over and over again, and it's going to give me stuff to do that is not super mana intensive. So let me see if there's a specific tag for this. Sacrifice Self should be good enough. If we do Sacrifice Self, ID, Selesnya type creature, like I feel like that's the big spot we're sleeping on. Oh yeah, we should have Aftermath Analyst. Fuck Patient Naturalist at 3 mana. Give me that 2 mana Aftermath Analyst for sure. Canker Bloom is good as removal. God, we could be a Spore Frog player. Zach Fair doesn't gain us life. Yavimaya Elder would be pretty potent for if you wanted to ramp, and I think it at least fits into the deck's game plan better than doing the, like, invasion. Now, it doesn't get them to field, so it is much worse than the invasion. But this is the place I would be much, 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 much more. I would be doing, yeah, like Bounty Agent. You can blow up a commander with this. And I'm not saying this to be like, oh, you have to play hard control, but I would give yourself things to lay down in the early game that allow you to be relevant while you build up to this bomb. Because right now we're just like waiting, right? Like this turn we get our discard outlets, so it's going to be a lot better for us. We go the Seer, next turn, tap the Seer, draw it, show them Galta and Mavrin, discard it. That is hugely funny. We have just executed the funny master move 9,000, and now we're going to get our asses beat, right? We're going to play Essence Warden. Everybody hates us, and we're going to have to commit this Turn Timber Symbiosis probably to being a land. I'll pay the 3 life to get Key to the City down 2. And I'll even tap it and discard this Tomb Sentinel so that next turn I can, thank God, pay 2 to draw a card. I'm doing it like this. The haters will notice, oh, you had 4 mana with the field. Why didn't you just play Aerith? I'm not just playing Aerith because right now, this stuff, getting it back to hand doesn't really help us. We could get it back to hand for Key to the City, but I don't think that is good enough. I think I would play Pip-Boy. Oh, man. Oh, man alive. Play Aerith. We gain 1 life. Cool. End of turn. Bring back Galta. We'll hopefully set up something for you next turn. We can't control an island or a swamp. Fuck me. I don't think we have any path to get to 7 life. Right? We could put the Pip-Boy on Aerith and swing Aerith to make her a 4/6. And then we can make her unblockable. So we can gain 4 life guaranteed. Gonna draw a card and reveal it. Okay, it's a land. We would have played this one instead of this land. Next turn. Good protection spell, really not what we need. And it's like it's turn 7. At this point, if we had just built a deck that could hit land drops, we would be fine. What I want you to notice, we are drowning in reanimation targets. We have way too many. And if any of these things were self-milled pieces like Aftermath Analyst, T'Chaka, Anok Wayfarer, Satyr Wayfinder, Town Greeter, we would have hit one in the bin, and we would have hit our land drops, and we would have been just so much better off. So I do think your Reanimator section needs to be pulled back by like 25% to better support the life gain section and better support the mulch section. And then I think the stuff you are hardcore sleeping on is the things that are multifaceted, like, where was it? Like Insidious Fungus. I'm also thinking of like Aethar Commando because it has flash. Curious Farm Animals is also pretty good for this because it will give you a life gain trigger when it dies. Uh Diligent Farmhand is bad Steve, but that is, bad Steve is still Steve. Magus of the Order would be kind of cranked for you, especially because you could bring Magus of the Order back. Fuck Bottle Gnomes, dude. This guy's too expensive for what he does, I think. Too expensive. But like, dead-ass Overgrown Arch would do more for the deck right now than like half of these reanimation bombs are doing. So the other stuff that's in your deck that I would dump for mulch. I would dump Laser Screwdriver for mulch. I would dump Lunatic Pandora for mulch. I would get rid of Elixir of Immortality, period. I would probably dump Bow of Nylea. I think we're playing this because we want a way to put 1/1 counters on our commander in order to make her deal enough damage to get stuff up out of the graveyard, and we're using Death Touch to de-incentivize people from hitting her. At that point, we should just have like anything big. This is probably too much. Fucking Barbed Battle Gear. Barbed Battle Gear clears the Bow of Nylea because this gets you 2/7 immediately, and the 2 to equip is really not that much. That will put you at like, you're gonna be a 7/4? I think that's okay. If that's not okay, then just don't run it. But I do not think you should be running Bow of Nylea, at least when we're spread so far. Okay, Search for the Frozen Esper should be Haywire Might, period. That should just be like a 1-to-1 swap of a thing we can do better than we're already doing. The Eternal Wanderer, I do not like. I think this should just be like Promise of Loyalty, if you want that type of effect. Because we really want to be able to swing our commander freely, and so just leaving... I mean, you leave everybody else their worst creature, versus does Promise of Loyalty leave them... Okay, Promise of Loyalty leaves them their best creature. Okay, I can accept Eternal Wanderer. It makes me very nervous because I don't think we have the mana to support it. But overall, the place you need to make changes is not better one-to-one swaps on your graveyard fillers, even though I hope I have given you some. It is, we have infinity too many bombs. We have even still too many like cutesy things like Accomplished Alchemist that are sort of pushing us in the direction of just being like, oh, well, I'm just going to make all the mana to begin with. And I think you should be way, way more in on useful things that can sacrifice themselves to give me something to do during the mid game while I am trying to hit my land drops and hit my important life gain pieces. So if there's anybody in chat who knows of other great graveyard fill tech that I have missed, let me know. Otherwise, I wish you the best, and I do hope this helps.